That hurt. More verticality.
Sorry,
Welcome
you said, like I said, and then you paused. I thought you were going to say something, so then I had to record.
Well, I was going to say, like I said, I feel like somebody punched me in the face 10 times today. I feel like I'm kind of like the flu. Hopefully it's not the Omni.
Don't worry, everybody. Derek and I are socially distancing from ourselves. We're about, like 80 miles away from each other? 50 miles?
Yeah, like 77.8 miles away.
I think we're going to be fine.
I'm not going to get Brett sick. Now, every time anybody gets a sniffle or feels like they've been punched in the face 10 times by Lennox Lewis, like I do right now, you're just like, I must have it, but you probably don't. So
more likely don't.
Sometimes you just feel run down. That's how it is. So what did you do, by the way, during the break? You had those 3 days off. Did you get anything accomplished or anything like that during this break? The holiday break?
I got my PC set back up. Finally, after about 4 months in this house, I finally hooked my PC up, and it's temporary because we haven't finished the basement yet.
God. So yesterday, I couldn't turn my computer on. It wouldn't turn on. Or no, it wouldn't turn off. Like I would hold down the power button. It wouldn't turn off. I couldn't get the fucking thing to turn off. I'm like, okay, it just shot a new laptop in 4 months. But finally it turned off. Yeah. Finally it turned off and turned back on. And I was like, you know what? If I go burning through another laptop this fast, this is not a good sign. But it could be all the smoke that hits it. I don't know. Anyhow, we're going to cover the Pepi thing. Let's start with Pepi. We got a lot of guys to cover, but let's start with Pepi because Pepi did make a big move to Augsburg, if you want to call it a big move. Wolfsburg and Augsburg are both teams that are relatively struggling right now. And it was for 18 million, dude. 18 mil. Whoa. I did not see that coming.
Well, it was 18 million euro. I thought it was 20 million American. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
it actually ended up being 18 million American with add-ons. So
rumors. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Wolfsburg because Wolfsburg is pronounced Augsburg, right?
It's Augsburg.
Augsburg.
And if I want to pronounce it like a German, I'd say Augsburg. Like when I say Cologne, I say Köln. Or if you want to do Wolfsburg correctly, it's Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg.
I feel like if I start pronouncing it like all that, our German fans, if we have any besides Berlin, will probably think I'm just mocking them.
No, I don't think so. Because then you'd be mocking me because I'm half German. I'm half German. So there you go. My mom's German.
Fair enough.
You'd be mocking my mom.
It's funny that you brought up Wolfsburg.
Yes.
Because both Augsburg and Wolfsburg have 17 goals this season and are desperate in need for goals.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and then look at the reason. One of the reasons that's true for Augsburg is Florian Niederlechner, who's 31. He's been injured. Alfred Finnboxen is 32. He's been injured. So really, they got all these old center forwards that are injured. So they needed this kid.
Florian's their top goal scorer with 3 goals this season. I mean,
he's rocking it. 3. I mean, they need goals. They have. I think they're a solid defensive team. And I know that Pete and Tack were like, I don't like. I mean, I think they rated out of 10. Filippo gave it a 5 or a 4, and Pete gave it a 6. And I'm like, why is this like they're complaining about their playing style? Well, listen, that's not how this works, guys. You don't get to pick and choose, the playing style of the team that picks you. And I do think that he'll be a benefit to them. And even though they do play more direct, that's fine too. He's good at that.
I was going to say that plays to his style, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean,
he knows his way around the box, and he's very much a poacher in the air. I mean, he's gonna he'll capitalize if he gets the opportunities.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he gets more opportunities than say Werder Bremen provided Sargent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, and so I'm more with Pete on this. I'm like a 7. He, I think, said 6. I'll give it a 7 or an 8. I think it's a pretty good move. It's fairness, not a team where he's going to have to battle to get any minutes, and they're paying him $18 million. He's going to play. Okay. It's going to be like 10 minutes off the bench.
I thought they're paying FC Dallas 18 mil.
Yeah, but still,
that means he's going to play. Yes.
Yeah, you don't make that kind of the biggest investment your club has ever made in their history, and then go write some Horvath. They're not going to do that. So
we made a decision. That was just 18 million. Whatever.
We just blew 18 million with that American investor who just handed us some cash. So.
Well, and what's funny, because I decided to look back to see where they finished the previous year, and they finished 13th last year.
This is what they did.
Not bad. But, I mean, they also scored 36 goals. So, I mean, they haven't, at least from last year to this year, they're on par to where they were last year.
Yeah.
So, hopefully Pepe comes in and just, starts lighting it up.
And let's be really honest. The worst thing that could happen is they could be in the playoff relegation zone, because nobody's doing worse than Greuther Firth. Okay. Nobody's going to be that bad. And Arminia Bielefeld, come on. I mean, those are your bottom 2 rock bottom teams. Although Bielefeld pulled
they're right there.
Crazy shit. Yeah. Recently.
But will they continue it is a question.
No, they won't. That was a fluke. So those 2 teams are demonstrably worse than everybody else. And so really you're just talking about trying to stay out of that relegation playoff spot. And even if you do that, who are you going to get? You should win. You should win unless you're Werder Bremen. I heard somebody say who said Werder Bremen? I think it was Sam. I'm like, Sam, you should know better. It's Werder Bremen, Sam. We love you, baby. All right. I think that's it for Pepi. Let's move on to one thing I did want to bring up before we move on to Dike is that Venezia just bought Michael Cousins. He's a French 22-year-old. He's a center midfielder, attacking midfielder, been on the Bayern roster. He's a young kid, but never really broke the roster. I think he played 1 game for Bayern, but he did have spells at Gladbach where he played 39 games, and then he went to France and he played 30 games. Who was that for? Marseille? I can't remember. Anyhow, it's not like this kid doesn't play, and he's been all through the French youth programs. So he's highly touted from a young age. They just bought him, and he could take us some time away from Tessman, would be my guess. And I hate to see that. I don't know why. It didn't seem like midfield was really their problem. I thought their problem was forwards. Like, they can't fucking score goals. So get some wingers. Anyhow, apparently they bought that kid. So we'll see. All right, let's get to DK. And I was reading ASN, and Shredder's like, oh yeah, DK should work really well in Valerian Ismail's 4-3-3. Oh, I have to break it to Brian. God, I feel like I'm fucking everybody tonight. But the last time he played a 4-3-3 was eons ago. They've been playing a 3-4-3 and a 5-4-1 predominantly. And either way, it doesn't
that target role still won't be a bad thing for him.
No. And of course, we all know DK played for Valerian Ismail at the prior team when DK was loaned out from Orlando. So
that makes more sense now.
Oh yeah,
I didn't follow that beforehand.
Yeah, same coach, so same manager.
And
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't want to get our English fans
soccer.
Don't want our our UK friends to get upset with me. But yeah, yeah.
Well, I was going to say it's funny because where they're at now, they're in that promotion battle right now. They're going to be in the playoffs if they hold true where they're at.
Yeah.
And you bring up the fact that the manager there is the former manager of Barnsley. Is that accurate? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So
yes.
It's funny you bring that up because Barnsley is now in relegation contention. So maybe bullet dodged.
Well, you know what? Barnsley honestly should have kept him. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
I mean, that seems to be the missing case there. I have no idea what happened in the offseason and all, but still
Pay that dude
going from
money.
fifth to 23rd or whatever the hell it is. Jeez.
I mean, it takes a lot to be that bad. It really does. So they should have kept the coach. They should have paid him whatever he wanted, but instead, he got a good offer from West Brom. He took it. Now he's there and he's doing well. And hopefully Dike does well too. I don't really see any issues with this. I think this is a good setup for him. He's going to be familiar with the manager. Ishmael also brought one of his other players today. He also transferred from the old Barnsley team. So he bought another guy that DK is going to be familiar with from a former season. I think this is a great move. This is a great opportunity for him to get on a roll, and he doesn't have to worry about going back to Orlando, which, it's kind of sad because Orlando is sunny, awesome place, and where he's going, it's going to suck. I mean, weather-wise, it's going to be rainy and overcast.
Yeah, it's going to be mild compared to what we experience up here in the Midwest and North, if you will.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit different. Oh, well.
We've been on a crappy roll the last 2 days. I mean, it's 27 degrees out right now, and it's lower where you're at. It's like 24. So that sucks. Cherundolo got the LAFC job. Did you see that?
I did see that, yes.
I mean, what happened? He was like an assistant at Hanover, and then he went somewhere else, and then he was at Las Vegas Lights last year, and they were god awful. They were horrible. And then they've moved him, which is basically almost LAG's 3 team, because there's so many LAG players or LAFC players on Las Vegas Knights. Young, they're the guys they're developing. So I guess he'll be familiar with at least the youth pool. Good luck to him. I just always expected him to be in Europe. I really did. I thought.
I mean, he went from basically Hanover to a short stint with Stuttgart. It looks like assisted in with the United States national team. Then he was at German U15s. Then he was Vegas. And then now he's with LA. So yeah, he's all over the place, isn't he?
Yeah. It was Stuttgart.
Yeah, really? He was an assistant there for, it says 2018, and then immediately he was with the United States national team, so that must have been really short-lived.
Well, I know they were having a bad season, and they just offloaded some guys right away that season. Anyhow, yeah, too bad for him, because I thought the Stuttgart move would be
okay. So he was there. He was there for half or almost a full calendar year.
Yeah, I guess it didn't work out for whatever reason. He's never really got a shot. So this is a big risk by LAFC. I mean, this guy's never really been the manager or head coach for a big operation. So this will be interesting. Caden Clark staying at the New York Red Bulls. Yeah, probably that's what it sounded like. I mean, I think that's a horrible decision by Red Bull. I think they should have moved him to Salzburg and let him play backup to Aronson. Have him get 20 minutes every game, but don't leave him in Red Bull New York. I mean, get him acclimated to Europe. Start now. Get him to Salzburg. They speak a form of German in Austria. Christ.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make much sense in all honesty, because it's a 6-month loan back there. So clearly, it's to finish out the second half of the season and then start preseason back and try to maybe get a loan or maybe start training with Leipzig. But my question would be is why not just do that now? I mean, what's this 6-month loan really going to accomplish? It's going to accomplish a preseason with New York Red Bulls, which, don't get me wrong, Struber is a product of the Red Bull system to an extent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got the experience in that setup. Mind you, he under him, he's only played 200 minutes in 4 games, which is about 50 a game. That's not terrible, I guess, but no, it just doesn't make any sense. Why not bring him in and give that 6 months before the preseason a chance to assimilate to the team and to the culture in general? Because that's usually the big hit. Is you're in a different country, they speak a different language, and you're all by yourself at that point. Now, mind you, you have Adams there, so maybe there's definitely that linchpin there. But I don't think this really makes a whole lot of sense in my opinion.
It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to fight you're going to make a Normandy landing, right? In World War II, you're not going to do it from New York. You got to do it somewhere closer. You can't do it from New York. Get the kid closer, get him acclimated to the basic surroundings of what being a player in Europe is like, then move him on to Leipzig later when he's ready. And then you can wait even a year. You can have him in Salzburg there as an understudy to Aronson for the rest of the season, then move Aronson to Leipzig and let him be the new Aronson at Salzburg. It makes no sense to me. Well, it really doesn't.
Well, that makes sense to us because we've been preaching that for like the last since it was announced that he was going to Leipzig.
I preached it. Who's the one who came up with that deal in the first place? Me. I did. I'm taking credit for it. God damn it. And I said it like 7 months ago or 6 months ago or whatever it was. And now everybody's saying it.
He officially signed in June.
I came up with that idea.
There's talk that the signing of Clark was a Jesse Marsh move, like they did it for Jesse. And but the funny thing is that they signed him in June and Marsh didn't start until July. So I think that's that was Red Bulls seeing that they had a promising young player in New York, and they just went ahead and signed him to bring him over to Europe.
Exactly. And listen, he didn't have after his appendicitis and his appendectomy, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, he just didn't play that much. They were on a roll. There was no need for him, so he came in. He played spot minutes at best. So they're sending him back to New York, and they're going to go say, "Hey, play, start every game, score goals, whatever." But he did. He fell off. His playing time fell off after his appendectomy.
So after the appendectomy, he pulled a series of like 70 to 60-minute games, like 5 over the course of the next 10 matches. But then there was like a string of where he was on the bench.
Yes.
So it was a little odd.
Well, yeah, it is a little odd. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he had a pull. Maybe his left testicle got stuck to his thigh with super glue. I don't know. We don't know. But he didn't play as a That hurt.